Hi everyone, myself Vamsi Krishna. In this video, we are going to integrate LDAP with Nexus. To do this, first we need to set up LDAP and then we need to integrate LDAP with Nexus. I am going to install OpenLDAP server on Ubuntu and then I will install LDAP account manager so that from web UI I can create a LDAP users and groups. And after this, I will install Nexus and then we can integrate LDAP with Nexus. Yeah, we can get started with the implementation steps. We can create a Ubuntu AMI instance and we can select t2.xlarge. Click on launch instance and select Ubuntu image and select t2.xlarge instance so that we will get 4 CPUs and 16 GB memory. And review on launch, select the key pair which you already have with you and click on launch instances. Click on the instance ID and just name something. I'm going to name LDAP underscore Nexus just for my identification purpose. And grab the IPv4 public IP and connect to that server using MobiXterm SSH session. Click on session SSH, remote host, specify username is Ubuntu. Under the advanced SSH settings, browse for key pair using use private key. Now we connected to the server. Just switch to root user using sudo -i and first set the host name using hostnamectl command. I'm giving ldap.example.com, you can give anything. And then using echo, we need to add the entries in /etc/host so that we can specify alias names. We are done. Now we need to update the system. Once we update the system, we need to install OpenLDAP packages. And it is asking for administrator password. Enter some password and make sure you remember that password. We need this password in the subsequent steps and confirm that password too. Whatever I entered, I'm going to save it in Notepad++ so that in case if I miss anything, I can refer this. I entered admin123. Okay, in the same way, you can keep your own password and just remember that password, and whenever it asks for password, you can enter that. Now next we need to use slapcat command. Slapcat command is used to generate LDIF file, which is nothing but LDAP directory interchange format upon the contents of the slapd database. Now we need to create LDIF file, which is nothing but it contains directory content as a set of records. LDIF is nothing but LDAP data interchange format, where we will add the entries for both user and group. OU is nothing but organizational unit. OU people is nothing but organizational unit for users. OU groups is nothing but organizational unit for groups. And DN is nothing but domain name. And DC is nothing but domain component. We'll save this file. And next we will add this LDIF file using LDAP add command. Now it is asking for LDAP password. I have noted down the password. I'm going to enter the same. Now we have added entry for people and entry for groups. That means our LDAF file is perfect. Next, what we need to do is we need a web interface to add the users. For that, I'm going to install Apache Web Server and PHP, and then I will install LDAP account manager. First, let me install Apache 2 and PHP. Apache 2 and LDAP packages are almost done. Next, we need to execute A2E conf command. So that script enables the specified configuration file within the Apache 2 configuration. In this case, I used PHP 7.2-CGI so that it will enable the specified configuration file with Apache 2. Now, once we do this script, next we need to reload the Apache 2 so that those changes will be affected. Now we reloaded Apache 2 also. Next, we need to install LDAP account manager so that we will get a web UI for LDAP account manager. Once LDAP account manager is installed, we need to restart Apache 2 again. We have restarted, and now we can go to the security groups and we can allow HTTP port so that we can access LDAP account manager through Apache server. Go to HTTP and in the source custom select all traffic and scroll down and save rules. Now we saved the security group for HTTP. Now open the browser and grab the IPv4 IP and just give server IP /LAM LDAP account manager. Now we have the LDAP account manager web UI. Now what we need to do is on the top right section, we have LAM configuration. We need to change the general settings which are their default. In the general settings, the master password is LAM, LDAP account manager. Click on OK. And if you want, you can change the password. Scroll down. You will have something for change master password. You can keep your own password. I am keeping admin123. Same thing I am keeping for LDAP. Same thing I am keeping for this so that I can remember easily. If you want, you can change your own password. Click on OK. Now I change the general settings. Click on LAM configuration, and we need to change server profile as well. Click on edit server profiles. Under server profile, whatever the password you change for LAM, give that. Click on OK. Seems like it's not taking the default password. Let me give the whatever the updated password it is not taking. Let me give the previous password. Our domain is example. Our domain component is example, comma, domain component equal to com. Instead of org, we kept com. In the server settings, do that. Next, scroll down. In the security settings, you have list of valid users. There, the common name is admin. It is not manager, it is admin. And domain component, as I said, instead of my domain, keep example. This is done. Next, go to next tab, click on account types. Under the account types, we have two sections. One is active account types, users and groups. In the users also, in the LDAP suffix, change the domain component to example. Under the groups also, change the domain component to example. Yeah, now we are done with the changes. Click on save. Now we have the username as admin and mention the password which you created for admin sometime back. I kept the password as admin123. You can keep your own thing. My password is admin123. Whatever you created, you can keep that. Now I'm able to log into the LDAP account manager with the password which I set. First, I need to create a group and then I need to add users to that group. In the groups, we can create a group for admin, developer and test. For now, I'm giving a group name as developer. Group name as developer and click on save. Now we have group name developer and now we will add a couple of users into that group. Go to the users tab and click on new user and username I'm keeping Vamsi KRM or Vamsi Tech Tutorials. You can keep any username. TUTS, I kept something different, which is fine. Or let me keep the proper one, Vamsi Tech Tutorials. And under the common name also, I'll keep the same, or else I can change last name. Now I go to Unix tab and make sure you added that to developer group. Now click on set password dialog box and enter the password. I'm entering admin123 here also. Click on OK. Now click on save. Now go to user section. We have username as Vamsi Tech Tutorials. Now LDAP account manager is perfect. We have a group and we have a user. Now let us install Nexus and then we will integrate Nexus with LDAP. I am continuing Nexus installation in the same server. We will install OpenJDK package. If you want, you can create Nexus in a separate server. But for this particular video, I am going to install LDAP and Nexus in the same server. Now we have installed OpenJDK. Go to OPT and download Nexus. Go to OPT folder and just download Nexus. Next, extract the tar file, tar xvf, give the Nexus folder, Nexus tar. Now once Nexus is extracted, rename the Nexus folder to Nexus. Done. Now Nexus folder is there. Now what we can do is, we can create a user Nexus and we can change the permission of Nexus folder to user Nexus. Let us add user using add user command. Add user we need to use. And go to etc sudo yours file and add entry for user Nexus. Below root, add one more entry for Nexus user. We have added the entry, save this file. Now change the ownership of Nexus folder to the user Nexus which we created. Now we have changed the ownership as well. Now go to Nexus bin folder, and there is a configuration file called nexus.rc. Under this, there will be an entry called run as user. Uncomment this and mention Nexus user, run as user as Nexus. Save this file. Now we have everything set. Now we can create a soft link for Nexus startup script. Li-s is for soft link. Now we have the soft link also. Switch to Nexus user and start Nexus using /etc/init.d nexus start. I'm switching to Nexus user, and you can start Nexus using /etc/init.d/nexus start. Yeah, this is because there is a difference between user add command in Ubuntu and user add command in RHEL. Instead of user add, what we need to do is we need to use add user command in Ubuntu. Let me exit from this user. Let me delete the user del -r nexus. Yeah, now let me add a user using add user command. Add user nexus. You can enter some password. This is not needed. Just remove sudo and add user. That should be fine. I'm entering complete information. Now let me switch back to Nexus user. Now we can use /etc/init.d/nexus start. Nexus space start. Now Nexus is starting. Now we'll check the status as well with the same command. /etc/init.d nexus status. Nexus is running. Perfect. Now Nexus default port number is 8081. We'll go back to the security groups. Under the security groups, for this particular security group ID, we will add an inbound rule for 8081 port. Under the add rule, port range 8081. Under the custom section, we need to select all traffic and click on save rules. Now we have added the security group also. Grab the IPv4 IP address, go to browser and say server IP:8081. Click enter. Usually it takes some time to load. Just wait and refresh the page. It just takes some time to load. Just refresh the page. Now it's opening. Nexus repository manager is opening. It just took some time to load because it has a web UI component as well. Now default credentials for Nexus user is admin and admin123. Username is admin and password is admin123. Click on sign in. Now we are able to use the Nexus web UI also perfect. Next, what we need to do is we need to go to the server administration and configuration section and click on that and we need to go for security tab, and we need to go to the manage LDAP server configuration tab. Click on LDAP. Now we need to create a connection. Click on create connection. Name you can keep anything, LDAP, and under the LDAP protocol select LDAP. Under the host name give localhost because LDAP is also running on the same machine. If it is running on different machine, you need to change the local host. And port number is 389. Under the LDAP search base, you need to mention the domain component. For getting the domain component, go to LDAP account manager and go to the tree view. Under the tree view, copy the domain component. If you see dn is there, dn equal to dc equal to example comma dc equal to copy this one and paste it under the LDAP location to be added. Under the authentication method, select simple authentication. And it is asking for username or DN. Again, go back to the LDAP account manager, click on CN equal to admin and copy this one. Password, whatever you kept previously, give that password. Verify connection. Now we are able to connect to the LDAP server. Proceed with the next step, and there we have configuration template. Select postfix with static groups. Scroll down and say create. Now we have created the LDAP server. Now what we can do quickly is, as we created Vamsi Tech Tutorials user already in the LDAP, we'll try to log into Nexus with that particular user and we will see whether he is able to log in or not. Sign out from the admin user and click on sign in again. And now instead of default credentials, put the user from the LDAP. Vamsi Tech Tutorials is my username. And whatever password you keep, you have to put that. Click on sign in. Perfect. We are able to log into Nexus with LDAP user which we created sometime back. Thanks everyone for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.